Devil's Creek, where the secrets of the night are buried deep. There's a crew that's out there chasing the thrill, NCI's the name, they've got the will. With a flashlight shining in the dead of night, searching for creatures that take the flight. From Bigfoot to Mocha, hung with pride, the NCI Mafia walks the wild side. Oh, NCI Mafia, riding through the pines, chasing down the legends, crossing unseen lines. Fall rolling in, and the moon's aglow. In the heart of the darkness, they're ready to go. They gather around the fire, stories to share. Ghosts and goblins, they've seen it all, beware. With each whisper tale, the chills run fast. NCI Mafia, they're an eerie blast. With their boots on the ground and a heart full of hope, they're following the tracks, learning how to cope. From the swamps of the bayou to the mountain high, they're turning over stones, reaching for the sky. Oh, NCI Mafia, riding through the pines, chasing down the legends, crossing unseen lines. Fall rolling in, and the moon's aglow. In the heart of the darkness.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to NCI North Carolina Investigates. Man, we got a show tonight that's going to flip your lid. I ain't kidding. So let's go ahead and bring the boys on out. We'll start off with our buddy, our co-founder, Robert Effler. Come on out, brother.
What's up there, homie?
Oh, just hanging around, waiting for the short bus to pick me up.
Well, I just got off that short bus there a while ago. They run out of meatloaf down there at the Nervous Hospital and sent us home.
Oh, well, that ain't good.
No.
Well, maybe we can get a hold of Tim. Maybe he'll share some of his snacks with us. We'll get a hold of bring on Tim in. Up, he's on the phone.
What do you mean you ain't got no more meatloaf? We need it down here. Them fellers is going crazy. Yes, the one with the ketchup on top. Yeah, we need it before Saturday. If not, we're going to have a full-fledged riot on our hands. And that 5-year-old, good Lord mercy, you don't want her loose. So give me some meatloaf. Yeah, I love you too, Mr. Trump. Have a good evening. So long.
You should be good to go now.
Sometimes you just got to go straight for the big dogs, I reckon.
Well, speaking of big dog, let's go ahead and bring our big dog on. Come on, Brian. Boom, boom.
What's up, my brothers? My brothers and I, good to see you up here in the wet land of Michigan when it's absolutely miserable here in Michigan. So I can't wait 2 weeks from now, coming down to hang out with you guys at the Georgia Bigfoot Conference on Saturday, March 21st, Clayton, Georgia.
There you go. Can't wait, man. It's going to be a good time. Hopefully people come out and see us.
Yep, most definitely. Go hang out at Tim's house. I think I'm coming up on that Thursday or coming down on that Thursday, Tim. I should be there around dinner time to meet at Bojangles.
I'll tell them to have the coleslaw ready.
I told the boys in the green room, well, I'm going to film a reenactment of what happened when I was there last time.
They're going to say, oh, dear God, that crazy Yankee's back again.
Yep.
Well, Rob, go ahead and start our show off, brother, since you know more about what's going on than I do, because I'm just here.
You're asking the wrong one, Jasper.
But you the man, though. We know you the man.
Son, today is one of them days where I don't know cottonseed from sheep crap.
Well, I know you wanted to discuss mine and Tim's trip Wednesday over to the spot, and I know you want to discuss some audio and stuff that Tim got.
Well, I do have some audio, and we're going to jump into the hanks and boogers and the whole 9 yard bit. I'm just agreeing with everybody, anyways. Let's see what we got.
Well,
Now,
you want
I
to
don't
start talking
know.
about the investigation Wednesday, or you want to start talking about the ghost?
I don't know.
Why not?
I told you today's one of these days. I don't know cottonseed from sheep crap.
Well, I'll tell you what. We'll just let Tim start us off in.
That might
We'll
be a
start.
good idea. 'Cause I
We'll
don't
start
know
off
what
talking
you
about
guys
Wednesday.
got into because I wasn't in nobody's hip pocket.
That's true. That's true. Go ahead, Tim. Start us off.
See, what had happened was I was over yonder and it just went, and that's honestly about the truth. Well, since Rob's working on getting the video pulled up, this is over at Miss Rachel's place.
No,
And,
no. Start
we was
about
over
Wednesday.
there. What happened Wednesday?
When we went out Bigfoot hunting.
Who? No, I'm
And
just kidding.
you.
Me and George, me and George got to go back down to our spot that we went to after the South Carolina Bigfoot Festival and check on their cameras and stuff. And of course, nothing on the cameras. The cameras had been messed with because you could see where they moved George's around, sliding it around the tree and stuff. But as far as getting in front of it, they scared their camera shy or something. But the amount of stuff that we found broke and new structures, guys, you know them, and I call them Monet, but it's those structures they do, and they'll lay them down to where it looks like a hieroglyph of an A or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know about?
Mm-hmm.
At, let me see if I can draw one right quick.
But we've
put
seen
nothing in my
a lot
memoir
of
books,
we seen what?
but it would go sort of like that. You would have a stick going this way, that way, and across it. And I probably found, well, not I, but me and George probably found, what, 8 or 10 of them?
At least.
That's the most I've ever seen in one area. And it was all out of new pine. And yes, there was some storm damage, I'm sure, because George's camera caught some of the snow and stuff. But you could see where they had taken those pines and started picking the smaller limbs off of it, like they was going to build a nest out of it or something.
Mm-hmm.
And the whole, there was stuff everywhere. And it was only, the one weird part was it was only pine trees that was tore up. There wasn't no little oaks or little locusts or nothing like that, bent, broke, nothing at all. It was all pine trees. And we seen a couple spots where they took and laid stuff across the road and to block our way in to where George has his stuff. And then once we got to it, there was 2 more piles of stuff across the road behind it. Yeah. And if you go to the NCI on YouTube, I think Rob's done got it moved over to there. If not, he will have in a day or two, and you can see the videos and stuff that we took. But I honest to goodness, that was like hitting a home run. To have much fresh sign within the last few days, because the pine on the needles on the pines and stuff hadn't even started wilting yet. They was still sap running out of them.
Yeah, and we had
my
rosin
camera
all over us.
right in front of my camera, they made there was a stump there about that high, and they took a stick and stuck it in it and made one of those A-looking things on that. But they was very active down there, and that's where we have where we got bluff charges with the mama and the little baby. And I mean little. It had about a 4 or 5 inch long track. So I'm wondering if they're gathering all that stuff up, getting ready to birth in there. But it was like I said, I've seen a lot of stuff, but I ain't never seen that much in one place, especially no bigger than what it is.
No. Now, and the weird thing, we had another weird thing happen. We were standing there getting Tim's camera, and this one old rotten tree started shaking. There was no wind, nothing. And this thing started shaking, it stopped, and it started shaking again. And it stopped. And it was about 6 foot high, and it was the weirdest freaking thing I've ever seen in my life.
Do you think it's so it's kind of like an A you're saying and kind of crossed? Do you think that's like clan specific? Like maybe the particular Sasquatch clan makes that type of tree structure or symbol for the rest of the clan to know that, this is their territory?
I don't know. I've seen it in different places up here. I've seen it over on Winding Stairs and places like that, and seen it, like I said, in different places. That's one reason that it stood out so much. But I've never seen that many of them in one spot. I mean, it was ridiculous.
Yeah, we got 2 big thumps. Like you'd take a big pole and drive it into the ground real hard. We heard 2 of those. We got whistles. We got a grunt. And it was no bird sounds at all, other than a woodpecker. There was no other birds. You didn't hear any other birds till we was leaving.
Right below where George had his peanut butter, there was 2 great big X's. And I mean big X's. Probably 15-foot poles used on each one. And at the top of them, I love finding the sticks that are stuck up in the ground. And I know not all of them is Bigfoot, and I'm not saying that it is. But when you find them, like the one George, I grabbed a hold of it, and I couldn't budge it. And I said, I was holding my camera trying to film, and I said, George, grab this thing. Well, he grabbed a hold of it. He said, I think that's still got the roots on it. But we finally pulled it. They had driven that thing about 18 inches down into the ground.
Wow.
At one of the edges.
Yeah.
And that's where we're going after the West Clayton Bigfoot Festival. We'll be going up there that night.
Okay, cool. I can't wait. I wonder then, I'm just always amazed. Okay, do certain clans do certain tree structures? Is it a language? We've heard them howl. We've heard the samurai chatter. Man, when I heard that samurai chatter, that's a language. So I'm like, okay, or some of their symbols, like you guys are talking about, is that, how you pull up to somebody's houses, like my name's Brian, so I might have a B, or the last name, you got an S for Smith. I wonder if they do that type of thing, in their own territories.
Maybe.
And they could. I mean, that's as good a guess as I've got, because I ain't got a clue.
Well, what makes me wonder too is because that's where Rob seen that dog man up close and personal.
Yeah,
he should have just give a big old wet kiss and we'd be good to go then.
And
man, I'd be an uncle. I'd be a dog man, little niece and nephew's uncle.
There you go.
especially if she looked Asian. But the weird thing was, but out where we parked the truck at, where I usually park my truck, was piled up full of limbs.
Yeah.
They had been shot with a shotgun. Not somebody, once they'd been piled up, somebody had set cams on it and shot it. I'm sure they had their kid down there shooting or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
But right where I parked my truck at was piled full of limbs. and for them to fall right in. And that's one thing that we noticed. They didn't. If you move something out of the way, you usually stack it in one direction. For some reason, I don't. At least I always do anyway. But this wasn't like that. It was woven together and just crisscrossed and all of that. It was a mess, just to be honest with you.
Yeah.
They was probably what, George, 15 or 20 spots that we found at least.
Oh, at least, yeah.
Wow. Maybe young ones then making all that?
I think they're going to have young ones.
Yeah.
Okay.
And some of it could be because we did find some small structures too. All of them wasn't big. We did find some small ones. And if you remember, and I don't know if you do or not, but once we started back down the hill, I think I showed you an old road that I showed that you could shortcut over to the other side. Well, they had blocked that one off.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I think that's in that video.
Mm-hmm. That they had blocked every road down there had something across it.
Okay.
Yep.
Henry says his group is Henry 35846 says his group is pretty quiet right now, but he has seen some A's and a mass, and he's seen some X's laying on the ground. That's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah. Them
It was
couple of X's that we found the other day, them was probably some of the biggest X's I've ever found.
And we knew it was made that way because the big part was up in the air.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So it hadn't fell over that way. It was actually stood up and put in the ground like that.
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic. Yeah, I've got that. It's about a 2 or 3 story tree structure. I'm trying to find the picture. If I find it, who do I send it to, Robert?
Of course.
Yeah.
Send everything to Robert.
That is the primary location. And when I get down to Georgia, we're going to sit down and work out the schedule, but that will be the primary location I take you guys to. And it's pretty, I was awestruck by it, you know. It's kind of a three-dimensional type deal. And yeah, I just think they mark their territories when they start doing that.
And we did find, which I mean, it been in the pine needles and stuff. It not like it stuck out, but we did find a short trackway too, where they walked. You could see where they had stepped in the pine needles, and it had about a 4.5, 5 foot stride.
Yep. Oh, cool.
Nice to meet you, Richard.
Okay, go ahead and talk about the ghost over at Rachel's. Now I know you're dying to.
Oh well, that one sort of floorboarded me.
Yeah, that did me too.
You can find that video also on the NCI YouTube page, but I'd put it on TikTok and hadn't, because when I recorded it, everything was normal. And when it gets to that one spot, somebody on TikTok said, on your video right there near the end, was that natural or what happened? And I thought, well, I don't know. I recorded it. Everything was fine. And I went back and listened to it. And I thought, oh, my Lord, because whatever it is does sound demonic. And you can hear demonic laughing in the background.
You got that, Rob?
I was like, I didn't even know it was on there. So I went back and told him, I said, whatever's on there is the way it recorded, because I didn't even know it. And you can tell that it was, the camera's still moving at normal speed, but whatever comes across the audio part of it is not good. And I'm actually working on. I had an audio recorder inside that house, and in just the first day, I have got probably 20 or 30 EVPs and things going bump and bottles rattling and all of that stuff that shouldn't be happening. So, and on top of that, box that and you'll see it in the video, the junction box that I put my audio recorder on this time is where Rachel had her phone that picked up all those other voices. So I was actually videoing that box with my audio recorder on it whenever this thing come across it.
What you got, Rob?
Hold on just 1 second. I'm labeling this.
Okay. Yeah,
This
this is
picture
gonna
that
flip your lid right here. Because Tim played it for me when I was over Wednesday. Son, it gave me the chills.
you ready for that video?
We waiting on you, brother.
Well, be that way.
Okay, we got our audio recorder up.
That video even play?
I heard growling or something.
Let me try it again. I don't know
Yeah.
what's
Oh,
going on. Something others.
oh my gosh.
Let me try this again.
And right. Okay, we got our audio recorder up. Got But anyway, Well, catch you later. Have a great day.
What's amazing, it actually
And
took
I
over
got
the audio.
I got Bob Trent that's in my buddy in Sasquatch Recon, and he run it through all of his sound programs he's got, and he sped it up to 4 times, and he said that you could tell it was a foreign language, and he said if you went any more than 4 times, it got so fast that you couldn't uh, understand any of it. It just went to gibberish.
Well, the weird
And
part is
I
you
asked him,
couldn't
I
hear the
said, well,
laughter in it. There's laughter in there in the
no,
background. Not
yeah.
that one.
If you check out the video on our YouTube page, you'll probably be able to, because you can crank it up and hear that laughing. Ha 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 ha.
Yeah, it speaks and then you hear laughter. And it speaks and you hear laughter. It's
And
creepy.
like I said, I didn't even know it was like that until a lady on TikTok asked me about it. Well, actually, a couple people did, and I said, "Well, I don't know. I didn't know anything was on there." But that's also the house where they've been seeing the red glowing eyes, and that one EVP told Rachel they wanted her soul and all of that stuff. So,
And across over where that barn was is where I had that episode.
yeah, right there at the last where you saw that field up there was where Rob and Jerry and George were episodes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But
Yeah.
honestly, guys, I don't know what it is, and I didn't, like I said, I didn't even know it was on there, and until that lady told me, and I ain't got a clue. That me just getting into this paranormal stuff, I was like, well, that don't sound good. Anytime something's like that says hello, I say goodbye. I'm gone. I can shoot Bigfoot. I don't think I can shoot a ghost. I don't think it'd do much good.
No.
Well, you gotta have rock salt.
There you go.
There you go. Boom, boom, speechless.
I'm speechless, guys. So now this brings in something came into my mind. Like Tim just said, I can shoot Bigfoot. When I've heard my audio outside my tent, I know that's a biological creature, or the yell or the samurai chatter. I know that's a biological creature that's just outside my tent or within close proximity. When you hear something like that, yes, we lean towards the unknown or demonic. And then that brought into my brain with Tim saying, I can shoot Bigfoot. How do we know sometimes if it's a Bigfoot or if it's something like this entity you guys caught on audio?
I kind of lean with Dave. It could have been Tim eating Oreos. I'm just saying.
No, but if it would have been that, all you'd have heard was that and a little bit of lip smacking. That'd have been all you'd have heard.
It's funny.
Bob, you're the paranormal expert here. What do you think?
Well, I've heard it about 3 times last night. It's extremely odd. I've never caught anything but halfway close to that on an EVP since 2007. And to me, that sounds like something other demonic. And I'm not 110% for certain. Somebody several years ago, I'm talking, like late 1800s or early 1900s, didn't make a deal with something other, and it's hanging around waiting to see what's going on.
Yeah. I can agree with that.
Guys, if you get to thinking about it, up there where George was talking about the Raven Malker, that ain't what 100 yards, if that,
If
from
that,
one
yeah.
to the other.
Oh, good point.
So if they had done a deal with the devil on the Raven Malker kind of stuff, would that be the same thing? I don't know. I'm just grasping at straws.
I mean, well, it could. Uh, I mean, I know a lot, but I don't know that much.
Well, I
And
have
again,
heard that demonic, if we were leaning towards demonic or whatever, that they also carve out territories. That's why they'll take over a house like this incident I got north of me. Yeah, they want their own territories as well, and it could be.
Yeah, I mean, I, I'm at a loss for it. I mean, it sounds like you're hearing something from a different dimension, and it's evil because the way the laughter was, and when you listen to the video itself, the way the laughter in the background, what amazes me more than anything is it completely takes over the audio. It's like it cuts
Mhm.
Tim off and it starts talking to us. And then when it gets done, all the laughter's done, it decides it's done, it goes straight back to Tim.
Mhm.
I wonder if some kind of ancient Sumerian type language, like in Ghostbusters.
Well,
Oh
it's
man.
got to be powerful though to do
well,
that.
it could very well be. And, then again, with Tim's religious background and him being as in depth in his faith as he is, it may have been trying to bugger him because he kind of a little damn afraid that he's going to figure out what was going on. So, like I said, somebody made a deal with something, and I
Mm,
don't know if they made a deal with the devil or if they made a deal with an evil spirit or a demon or whatever the case might be. But that whatever it is does not want to leave, and it does not want nobody there.
It definitely don't want Tim there.
wow.
It don't. It
Wow.
won't
Mhm.
even talk to Tim most time. Usually, it stays away from him.
Yeah. Hardly ever will it will they say I can run the same audio that George and Rachel's running, and they won't say nothing on mine, and they'll talk through theirs, and they won't say nothing through mine. And it may be, and because you know me, I tried to antagonize it whenever we was standing over there because we wasn't hearing none of that, and something come across Rachel's, and I said, "Why don't you talk to me? Because I know who you are and what you are, and I don't know."
Well, I think the reason it talked to me more than it did you was because I've touched that realm when I died.
Mm-hmm.
I think
Yeah.
that's the only reason. I really do. And I think if it is a demon or an evil spirit, you've got it scared. It's afraid of you.
That's
Wow.
right. You better be scared.
Hey,
Don't
I got
break.
a friend of mine on here in the group, Matthew Sexton, 3445, one of my good buddies up here, camping buddy. He says he thinks it's a language and that we can't hear all what's being said, but he has had three of them walking up on him, and it sounded a lot like that. And Matthew is the guy who, Matt and Jim Ingram are the two guys who showed me the Black River Bigfoots area. And that's where I
Yeah.
would love to take you guys when you come up, and we'll get Matthew in on that as well. But
Is
he
he
says
talking?
he's
Is
talking
he
Bigfoot.
talking about um, three Bigfoots walked up on him, sounding like that?
Yeah, yeah. And I think last time I was with him out there in the woods, that it's that location where when the river overflows, there's this washout area, and that's where we camp. And I think yeah, that's all I'm going to say. I think that's the location. Yep.
Oh, okay.
Matt, if you can chime back in, he says hello. And then David, oh my gosh. I started laughing. He said, now we got to have a ghost chewing on coleslaw. Oh gosh. Or people are sicker than us.
Well, Tracy's listening to us. I kind of wonder what Tracy's got to say about it as well. I know she said up top it was demonic.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she said up here, where'd it go to?
It's
She
either
said
that
it
or
could be an
if you remember,
elemental.
Okay.
if you remember on Andy and Mayberry where the Good Time Girls was there, that may be Hello Doll
Hello,
off of
doll.
the Good Time Girls.
A little bit of Marlboro throat going on there. Hello,
Yeah.
darling.
But you ought to hear some of the stuff I've got off the audio recorder, saying "mommy" and all of that stuff, and I mean thumps loud enough. You remember how when you walk in, you have to walk across that aluminum to get
Yeah.
inside the house where we went up in it. Well, none of that was touched. I mean, because the audio recorder would have picked it up, but you can hear stuff slamming and shutting and pecking on glass and all that stuff on the inside of it.
Well, Tracy says it does sound like it's interdimensional being. It is most definitely aware of you. It likes
Well, good.
Tim.
That's the way I like it.
Yeah, that's
I
interesting,
don't have to
George.
change my deodorant.
Oh Lord. Yeah,
That was a joke from Saturday.
yeah. We got up our walk around and Tim goes, "You smell something sweet that ain't me?" I said, "I don't know. We ain't got Rob here."
But we did smell something though, didn't we?
Yeah, we did. I just needed Rob there to confirm what it was. He's our resident sniffer, so you know. Rob, you're never gonna live
Oreo
down, brother.
spice. He's hung with that like Boom Boom is with the coleslaw. It ain't going nowhere no time soon.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Right. That's right.
Hey, I do what it takes to debunk something.
That's true. That's true. I'll
that's
give you
true.
credit on that.
You know, it's funny. I was
Captain
going to say
Oreo.
something.
Go ahead.
George, your breakdown in your book, you know, George's books are, we joke about a lot, but George's books are really, really good.
Thank you.
You have here one translation of the word Wendigo means the evil spirit that devours mankind. It's weird because I did have a demonic similar encounter to like that, and it said to me that it was a man eater. So it's like, man, when you start talking about stuff like this, some of these things are wicked and they hate our guts. Gosh.
That's for sure.
Didn't they sing about that back in the 70s, 80s? Oh, here she comes. She's a man eater.
Wasn't that
Hall Oates.
Hall & Oates?
Oh, here
Yep.
it comes. Watch out, boys, to chew you up. Yep.
Look, we had a song
times.
about a Wendigo the whole time and never know it.
Yeah. That's more of that subliminal stuff Boom Boom's been talking about.
Yeah, yeah.
Robin says it wants Tim's juicy fruit gum. Nice.
It better bring a bigger stick. That's all I can tell it.
Matthew said it sounds like a cloaked Bigfoot group. I don't think it's evil, he said.
Man, the one I heard
I
out
think-
there, very low like that. Very low tone.
I've heard them talk, but I've never heard them talk like that. You know, they was talking like we are, but of course I ain't heard them all either. So that's a good thing. That would take a load off of Rachel's mama's mind if it was a cloaked Bigfoot.
Yeah.
And who, you know, maybe that's where the goats has been going.
It shakes you, you know, when you hear him. It's so low, it shakes you, whether it be speaking or a howl or whatever.
And if the people in the audience will go check that video out on our YouTube page, and turn your volume up, you can hear laughing in the background.
Wow.
Because that's one reason I thought it might have been demonic, because of that weird laughing in the background.
Yeah. Hey, Tim, they said that you better bring a whole box of Juicy Fruity. It sounds hungry.
That's all right. I got one. I got a
Robin.
A tub full of juicy fruit about that big, and a squirt gun full of holy water. I ain't afraid of it.
You better have a mister.
I'll be the first one packing an AR full of holy water.
I'm going to do a whole lot of bacon and peaches this year. I heard those are two of the primary ones. I'm going to do some bacon cooking, smother some grease around, and a whole lot of peaches.
Here's that picture.
Tracy said there's different levels of them, from mildly annoying, to exorcism time.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Now here's that picture Brian showed sent earlier.
Thank you, Robin.
Which one you got up there? That's the one. So Matt Sexton and I, the guy on here right now talking with us. Hey, Matt, we went down right there. Okay. So that's like a little pathway from up here. And then you're walking down to the shore of the Black River. You see that Y stick upside down. It wasn't there on that route because I had stepped on that route to get down. And so when Matt and I come back up, that thing is stuck in the middle of our pathway. So that was, and that's just one of the Y stick incidents I've had where you turn around, something wasn't there, it wasn't there the day before, and it's stuck in the ground, or that one was just balanced perfectly. Very strange, standing straight up like that. So yeah, Matt and I walked down that path, down to the Black River. We were down there a while getting pictures of footprints and all that. Then we come back up, and there that thing is.
You see how that one across the middle makes it look like an A?
Yep. That's what made me think of it.
Yeah, that's what we was finding a lot of. And of course, I run my big mouth. When I found the first one, I said, well, we usually don't find many of these. And I'd be confounded if we didn't find 8 or 10 of them.
Yeah, yeah.
So that blew that out of the water.
I think what happened with Brian is he had a Fonzie Bigfoot. It said, "Hey."
Oh my God.
Sorry.
Here's that other one. Here's that other one he just sent.
Spilled coffee all over me on that one, George. So that one is at least 2 stories high, maybe even going into 3 stories. And to me, that is a marker, 3, 4 dimensional, and none of those were cut. So we went around, checked everything out. None of them had been sawed or cut. They're all pulled up or brought from somewhere else. So and then when you walk around it, you walk in a circle around it, you can see all the different dimensions of the different X's, the different whatever, Oh,
that's wild, man. That kind of looks like the playground.
Yeah, it does. And if you look at that one in the very background, it's got the small end on the ground and the big end's up in the air.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, that does very much remind me of the playground. We need to get pictures better of the playground next time and put it up
Yeah.
here. Brian will love that.
Yeah, I want to see that.
Robin said it's a jungle gym.
Yeah.
And it very well be, it could actually be what they use to train the little ones, how to move through the upper parts of the trees and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Well, if their youngins is as rambunctious, that's what I'm calling me when I was a youngin. I wasn't ADD child. I was just rambunctious. They need something because even animals like that, even deer and stuff will run and jump and play and all of that stuff. That would be a good way to get rid of some of that bottled up energy.
Yeah, wire them out so they go to bed.
Mm-hmm.
Shoot, when I was young,
Well,
I played on it.
I've got a confession to make.
Confess, brother, confess.
Back in the 70s and back in the 80s, we didn't have ADD, ADHD. We didn't have hyper whatever. In the famous words of my grandma, I was basically a heathen.
You little heathen.
I was often told, boy, you better calm down.
I was often
Yeah, they
told,
didn't have none of that back in the 70s. That didn't
drink,
exist.
I was told, drink another gallon of that catnip tea, it'll do you good.
Oh, Lord.
Mm-hmm.
You
I
want
have
you,
issues, and it's usually to do with catnip tea and raw rhubarb.
And electricity.
And oh yeah, electricity. That's a whole nother one. That's one I don't joke about. I don't like electricity.
I'm sorry.
Oh, it's okay.
I've had my teeth rattled a time or two with electricity. 2 years ago wasn't a bit fun. Only thing I
No,
seen was a big white flash, and the next thing I knew, the next thought popped in my head was, "Yep, next thing you're going to hear is St. Peter saying roll call." And it took me till 7 o'clock the next morning to get the feeling back in my tongue, get the feeling back in my fingers.
I think I hit by lightning, wasn't it?
Yeah, lightning hit about 65 to 70 yards out in front of a storage container I had my hands on. I was opening the doors of it, getting ready to back it up into a dock door, and lightning struck, and I was standing 2 inches of water with tennis shoes on, holding a solid steel shipping container.
the
That wasn't a
doctor
bit
told
hurt.
me
No.
if if my dog hadn't have touched my hand when it did, it would have blown my hands and feet off.
Mm.
But luckily, the dog was standing outside. I had my hands on the bedroom window, and it hit me in my right hand and went out my left hand into the dog like that.
Oh, you're
Dog
so
didn't have nothing
lucky.
to do with me for about 2 weeks, but
I don't blame him. I
Fact.
wouldn't either.
it knocked me about 20 feet through the house. And my dresser drawer was about 5.5 feet high, and that's where my hind end hit when I flew over top of it because it ripped a hole in my drawers.
Oh my gosh, I'm coming down in 2 weeks. Can you tape that off where your butt mark was for me so I know?
I got rid of that one. I left that one with mom and daddy.
All right,
I
guys,
Yeah, I
then
could.
go ahead. Go ahead.
I couldn't turn loose of that shipping container. I was magnetized to it.
Mm-hmm. And that's the thing about usually 220 something like that, it'll knock you off. But you get down into the lower voltage, they say is worse on you than the higher because it won't let go.
Well, 277 will hang on to you. And I can tell you
Mhm.
that from experience. It won't let go. It'll hold you till it completely fries you and there's nothing left.
Mm,
Mhm.
mm.
And the higher
Yeah.
voltages will do the same thing. I watched a guy working on a power line down below the hotel I was working at, and I literally watched him cook,
Mm.
screaming and cooking.
Oh, I
It
bet.
was not a good day.
No, not at all. All right, guys. So with this, everything we've been talking about, then I need your, what do you call it? Tutelage, advice. I'm going to go. You got me motivated because of this episode. I think the little lady's going away this weekend. I am motivated now to get my butt in the car either tomorrow or Saturday and go to the Wendigo sighting location just north of me. And it's a haunted house location. I'm going to take my cameras. We're going to get some stuff on video. What else do I need to do? I've never done the ghost stuff, paranormal thing. I need to get that app on my phone. What do you guys want me to do besides getting video footage and all that?
Try that ghost tube.
Is it an app?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
And you
All
can
right.
do
I've got
the
multiple phones, no
you
problem.
can do, I think you can do like 8 or 10 EVPs before they start charging you.
Okay.
And if you pay
I
for it,
think
you can do
mine.
tons of them.
Yeah, I think I paid $12 a year or something other to run it. And I thought, $12 a year, that ain't nothing. I'll
Yeah,
spend
that's worth
that.
it.
I'll spend that on a sandwich at Wendy's.
You'll
Okay.
spend that much on jalapeno summer sausage at Bucky's.
Yeah, 2 of them.
All right, I'm going to bring my I'm going to take everything. I'm just going to take every tech thing I got. I'm going to get that app. I'm going to take the tech stuff. I don't think I'll be out there at nighttime. I don't think I'll need the infrared, but I'm going to take the thermal. What do you got? I got to look up. Okay.
Ghost tube.
Gotcha. Thank you. Cool.
I got you back, brother.
Thank you, brother. Audio. Shoot, I don't have the best audio. Well, I've got, all right, audio as well. I've got a Zoom recorder here. All right, cool. Get my act together. Get off my butt. I was thinking of sitting around maybe watching The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings tomorrow, but I think, I got to go do this.
If you go, especially if you're going with Wendigo, please be very careful. Wendigos are not something to mess with. They are actually known to take you over and they'll wear you as a puppet. That's what happened up in Canada. When they wiped out that entire fort up there, the Wendigo took over a guy, and it went using him, and it wiped out a lot of people in that fort and ate them.
Okay. Well, hopefully I can meet the eyewitness out there. I'll try to get a hold of them. If I go by myself, I figured for the first time, I'd kind of keep to the road. I wouldn't even go on the property. Good. What I'm thinking. Keep to the road and keep it vague a little bit. No addresses or anything like that.
Right. Talk to your eyewitness, but I really don't think you need to mess with it unless you got somebody with you.
Mm-hmm. All righty.
Because those things, man, I've read way too much about them. Whew.
Gotcha.
And I don't know, Brian, if you do or not, but I carry in my billfold with me everywhere I go an anointed cloth, an anointed prayer cloth that I have because I keep one on me all the time, and I don't go anywhere without it. And that may be the reason that they don't talk to me. I don't know. But if that's the case, I'd rather for them not to talk to me and me having my protection against it,
And I get that, Tim. You're one of the nicest guys I know, almost to the point I do see the halo at times over your head. You are a sweetheart of a gentleman, and that's probably why they leave you alone.
Hey,
If they
after
know
that,
what,
It looks like an Oreo. The halo does.
yeah, I've got a white fudge covered halo.
That's awesome.
Hey, after that episode up at Rachel's, I wear my cross all the time now when I go out.
And thank you, Miss
Ooh,
Robin, for watching my interview on Relic Films.
She's going to watch it tonight.
Yeah, thank you for watching.
Ooh, Matthew Sexton did just say he has heard the juveniles laugh, and it does sound demonic in a way.
Huh.
Very interesting. I know the one that came to the house, in my opinion, one came to the house. It was you guys remember that ooh.
Yeah.
I believe that's the second time I've heard that individual. So it is, yeah, it shakes you a little bit.
I don't know if I've heard juveniles talk, but we've definitely heard the big ones talk.
I've heard them talk and sound like kids playing and laughing. I've heard that 2 or 3 times.
Well, they mimic though, don't they, guys? They mimic a lot, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That was like the other day.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot about that. And up at LBL.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Rumor, what that?
I'm going
rumors
to go
that
back to the LBL spat. I can't see straight.
Me too. I wished I could go in April, but I don't know if I'll be able to or not.
I don't know if I'll be able to or not either, but I'm going to try to get up there the next go around when it ain't so confounded cold that every bone in you is a vibrating somatic thread sewing machine while it's running.
Only problem with that place during the summer times is it's covered up with friggin' rattlesnakes.
Well, I ain't going to hit that hot.
If it gets much warmer, I'll be down to lake fishing all day.
I may be with you.
How warm is it down there? Oh, Robin M2026 says rumors that the staff in the DUMBs or deep underground military bases are not allowed to say Jesus Christ while working there. So they're
I've
not
heard that.
allowed to invoke the name of Jesus. That's interesting.
I wonder why.
Well, if they're working with demonic stuff, anything demonic ain't going to want to hear that name because that's the only name that can cast them out.
That's true.
Yep. Name above all other names.
Monsters Unleashed, you said you was dying to go back. I've got my thumb out ready to hitchhike. Come get me.
Cool.
I'll
Oh,
pick
he
you
did
up.
contact Mike. I think Michael did contact me. I gotta talk with him myself.
I want to know who Big W is.
Oh, gonna be up there in September. Ain't that much going on.
Oh, okay.
I might do a little bit of stowing away in Mr. Webb's suitcase.
As long as you're back by October. October, we got 2 events. You're going to be there.
Oh, I know.
I worked hard to get that second one.
Oh, did we
What
ever
is the
hear
second
anything
one,
out of
George?
Townsend?
I haven't heard back from Townsend because I ain't made decisions yet, but we are good for the Mills River Bigfoot Festival, and we are good for the Upper Cumberland Bigfoot Festival. Mills River Brewery is going to feed us, and Upper Cumberland is going to put us up.
Hey. Now, wait just a minute. Hold on now. When you say put us up, does that mean they're going to do like old horses and put us out to pasture and send us to the glue factory?
Well, I don't know. After the other day, if I was all in pine trees, I was pretty sticky anyway. Son, I got home, I had rosin all over me. I stuck to everything I touched in the house. But that pine rosin was the flowing out of all them pines that had tore down,
Yeah.
all them white pines.
And that's one thing George had mentioned was um, that was they getting that pine rosin because there's some hog sign in there now, and
Mhm.
and could they be using that pine rosin with them getting ready to have birth? And if the baby has an umbilical cord like a youngin does, could they put that pine rosin on it to seal it over?
Yeah, just like a goat will, the mama goat will bite that umbilical cord in two.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen them do it.
Yeah.
If I'm not bad fooled, I think I sent you guys probably a month and a half ago a sack full of videos on our chat where I stand there watching two baby goats being born. I just happened to be in the right place at the right time and catch it.
Wow.
But my opinion though is if the sighting levels are sort of dropping about this time of year, that should mean that the mamas are getting close or they're getting, everything prepared for the little ones to hatch out. I'd say the elders and quite a few of the other ones, they probably send not the juveniles, they'll probably send the ones, what we'd call about 18-year-old, the younger Bigfoot that got still got enough common sense, but not overly protective and, not bound to do too much nothing stupid to get caught. I'd say the elders is hoarded up and watching the mamas, making for sure nothing comes in there on them.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Could be.
And it could be because I'm telling you, it looked like that's what they was doing there.
Yeah,
Getting
they're not
them
getting
soft,
together in limbs.
yeah, them soft green pine needles, especially them little ones that, well, not my pinky, got too big, but about as big around as a pencil lead or something like that. The real soft ones. But
Yep.
they it just blows my mind, and that ain't no joke. I know I've said it a half a dozen times, but when you go from up on Standing Indian at our place up there and you quit getting anything, and then you go to a new place and it's like getting Christmas all over again. Here's something, there's something, here's something.
Yeah. Oh, and by the way, ladies and gentlemen, don't use natural peanut butter. They don't like it.
No, they don't.
They like
What's
the
yours do?
manufactured
Clod up?
peanut butter with the sugar in it. They don't like natural peanut butter.
This is
Interesting.
one way that we know for sure that Bigfoot can communicate because it had took a piece of pine bark and scribbled with a rock. It said, "Don't give us this crap. We want Jiff."
I'm gonna make them mad. I'm gonna take them some Peter Pan.
They love Peter Pan's. It's sweet, but
Yeah.
they did not like that natural. But they eat all the beef sticks. They ate all 3 of the beef sticks, but they didn't touch the peanut butter at all.
That's funny.
I've got another confession.
It was you.
Rob ate the
I
beef.
was I was the one that ate the beef stick.
Well, they were jalapeno, so I can believe that.
I'm sorry. I'm an addict. Tim got me hooked. I'm sorry.
Now that makes sense why they put them 2 piles of stuff across the road behind it, because evidently they ate that jalapeno stuff and had to hit the trail, if you know what I mean, and they didn't want us finding it, so they didn't make it all the way home. They had to stop in the middle of that logging road somewhere.
That's
I can
funny.
believe
Well,
that.
here's a verifiable way to figure that out. If you ever run into a situation where that actually has happened, get to checking your local law bushes, and if you see multiple hordes of laurel leaves missing, You know good and well that they're using the Woodland Charmin.
There you
Robin,
go.
we can't use Oreos. All we ever catch with Oreos is Tim.
Mm.
I know. It's a sad iron.
Well, boys, we've
anybody,
covered
has
everything
any,
tonight, from cookies to ghost to Bigfoot.
Oh,
I
yeah.
like this cookie conversation. Matter of fact, I might as well have one.
I just had a Rice Krispie treat.
You dog.
Nice. Oh, those are good. Oh,
Yeah, Susan made these.
nice.
Did you
And
not
she
learn
didn't
the last
share?
time? They about killed him the last time he eat 3 of them.
He's a slow learner.
I
He
am.
went, he went to the same different school that I did.
Same.
Because
Well,
we
you
went
know
to
I
the
ain't
same
real bright.
school.
I went to a haunted high school, so you know.
Oh, I know.
And yes, you get a tray, a pack of Chips Ahoy family size, get you a cup of hold about a quart of milk, and that'll last you 2 days. You one side one night and the other side the next night.
Well, no, because I have to have a thing of peanut butter with mine. So I put peanut butter on my chocolate chip cookies.
Oh, Lord. That's sinful. Ruining a good cook.
That's why the
Well,
demons
if
were
you-
talking to me.
Well, if you really and truly want something other good, you take a Three Musketeer bar and dip it into some peanut butter and then eat it.
Oh, hallelujah. Ooh,
What was
that
that now?
sounds good.
What was it?
A Three Musketeer bar and dip it into peanut butter.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I've done that.
Or you can take 2 Hershey bars and smear that peanut butter betwixt them and smack them suckers together and make you a sandwich.
I've done that too. If you can put peanut butter on it, I've probably already done it.
Now,
Thank
don't
you.
get kinky on us now.
Hey, I am a peanut butter connoisseur.
Take you a Snickers bar and eat the bottom part first, that nougat off of it, and then eat the caramel and the the peanuts. I'm telling you, make a kitty cat slap a bulldog.
Make
better than
a
coleslaw.
kitty cat. Make a kitty cat slap a bulldog.
And make
Something
him
that's
laugh.
never been heard here in Michigan.
Well, if you want to make a freight train take a dirt road,
Robin, whatever you're making, I want to see what it is.
Yeah.
Just making chocolate snacks.
I
we
do
give,
agree.
we give everybody the munchies. I mean, this
Oh,
is
yeah.
better than CBD gummies.
That's true.
Well, I thought you was going to say this is like watching Cheech and Chong. Everybody's got the munchies.
Dave's not here.
Instead of up in smoke, we're up in squatch.
Yeah.
That
And
just
Miss
sounds totally
Robin,
wrong.
you can send that to 204 Piney Grove Road in Franklin, North Carolina, 28734.
I want to see what she's making. I'm kind of curious now.
It don't matter. It's chocolate.
Chocolate
It's
snack.
That's true. That's true. Now, if you take that chocolate and you stir in the peanut butter and you stir in the oats, you'll be good to go.
Mm.
Oh, you're going to make some drop cookies.
Yes, sir.
I love them things. If they're fixed right, I can eat a dump truck load of them things.
Mm-hmm.
I got to
That's
take
a-
about
that's
500
dumb.
units of insulin afterwards, but I can still eat a dump truck load.
That's poor boy
They did
cookies.
good. They had chicken strips, mashed taters, mac and cheese, and a salad.
Good. Like I said, 204 Piney Grove Road. in Franklin, North Carolina.
I have Belgium chocolate. Oh man,
Robin, give us your address. I think we need to know about where you live at on account of we know where to come to for supper.
Wow.
That's right
Cranberry and
here.
orange flavored?
Yeah, son.
Come on now.
Belgian chocolate is fantastic anyway. It's the best chocolate I've ever eaten when I was in Belgium was Belgian chocolate.
Mm.
That's what her name was after he walked out of the topless bar. Lord, I apologize to me with the starving pygmies down in New Guinea. Amen.
I'm just going to start holding that up.
What is?
You're a mess.
Youngins, as bad as I hate to, we're going to have to pull the plug on this because I've got another show in 45 minutes.
Well, we can do that.
Sounds good.
And for those that are in the audience that wants to come back in 45 minutes, you are going to witness a new show that me and the host of Coven of Curiosities, Miss Cindy Sapp, we're going to bring to you Grandpa's Old Haint Tales. These tales
Nice.
will keep you up at night, and you remember everybody and their granny did have a grandpa and a grandma at one point in time that loved to sit on the front porch and tell tales. Was they real or was they fiction? After tonight's episode, and you hear the tales that's going to be told, it'll be up to you to decide whether they're real or whether Grandpa was crazy.
Good stuff.
My grandpa was crazy.
And with that, boom, boom, where can we find you, brother?
Yeah, man. Check us out at bigfootsofmichigan.com. Whoop. And if you need to get a hold of me directly, go to bigfootsofmichigan at gmail.com.
And our beloved little red-headed stepchild.
You can find me at Tim Dills 13 at TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, X, and I ain't got Robin's address yet, but you can find me there in about 30 minutes waiting on some chocolate. So, wherever she lives.
Just sitting in the front yard waiting.
Begging.
And when everybody's cruising around on Amazon.com looking for George Lunsford's books. And you can look at our ticker tape down there at the bottom. Go to George Lunsford's store. Pick you out something other nice. Pick you out something other plumb purty. Everybody's got to have some merchandise of some sort. Ooh. What is that? Oh, what's all with George's books? Oh, okay.
There's the
Cool.
little ones. Which you can't get anymore. They don't make these anymore. And then here's
nice.
the three from my publisher.
Ooh, nice.
These
And
go ahead.
Ladies and gentlemen, those books that he just held up are up on auction. Starting bid is $35,000.
Hey, you know what's funny? They actually had one of my original books on one site over in Russia for $35.
Hey, I tell them I
I've never
wanted,
seen the money
wanted
for
to
it,
check.
but they had it up.
I forgot George gave me this. This was one of his first ones, wasn't it, George?
Yes, sir.
Nice.
That number one.
I've got to go put it back up because if my wife finds out I took that out of our display cabinet, I'll be shot. So
I think it's the very first one I did.
Huh?
Does it say volume 1 on it?
Volume
Yep.
1.
Yep, that's the very first one I did.
Ooh.
And it is signed. I got to be careful with that. I get.
You can find
That's
you can
wrong
go to my
said, Mike.
website at authorgeorgelunsford.x10host.com, or you can find me on most of the social media. Or you can find me with these crazy guys out in the woods chasing Bigfoot, Ghost, and Dogman, and looking for UFOs.
We're missing somebody.
Jerry
And Rachel and
Rachel.
Mm-hmm.
And well, that's a big list of who ain't on here.
we're gonna have to get on. We're gonna have to get on Rachel because I told her, I said, yeah, we're gonna be talking, letting you do most of the talking tonight about what's going on over at your place. And she laid out on us. We're gonna have to fix that.
Yeah. Boom, boom. I think Robin wants some swag.
We can do that. You go ahead and email me at bigfootsofmichigan@gmail.com, and I will get those sent out. In fact, I've got another. Oh, Cheryl Green, if you're listening, I got to send you some stickers as well. I promise you. We can do that.
And guys, when I get the money coming back in again, I'm going to start doing swag to mail out myself for us.
Awesome.
So
I didn't get a chance to get it cut out today, but I do have a sticker that if somebody wants to donate to the NCI Mafia, you will receive a NCI sticker that says NCI Tribal Nation headdress skull to go on your vehicle. And down at the bottom, it'll say youtube.com.
Oh,
Nice.
and by the way, I want to throw this out there. There's a possibility here soon I may end up giving away one of my books to one of our listeners.
There
But
you
I'm
go.
not sure yet. I'm still trying to get everything worked out. So I'll let everybody know ahead of time. We'll do a month-long thing on that, and we'll go from there.
Cool.
That works.
But
That'd
they're
be
going
a
to have
good
to
thing.
talk to their friends and family because we need more subscribers, and that'd be the only way I can afford to go ahead and send it out.
That would actually be a good thing. Whoever watched the most, tuned into our show the most that month, ever how many times you tune in, that's how many chances you get in the hat.
There you go.
That'll work. Well, guys, I guess we'll wrap it up because you got another show to go do.
Yeah, I gotta do Grandpa's old Hank tales here in just a few minutes. With that, ladies and gentlemen, we love you. We appreciate you. We're glad you come in and talk to us and sit in on us each Tuesday and Thursday nights. Be good, behave, and always be pretty. And with that, we're going to let our brother Vince take us out of here. Bicycle.
Darkness falls across the land. The midnight hour is close at hand. Creatures crawl in search of blood to terrorize y'all's neighborhood. And whosoever shall be found without the soul for getting down must stand and face the hounds of hell and rot inside a corpse's shell. The foulest stench is in the air, the funk of 40,000 years. And grizzled ghouls from every tomb are closing in to seal your doom. And though you fight to stay alive, your body starts to shiver. For no mere mortal can resist the evil of the thriller.